is the British Asian sound.
On digital radio and on your mobile. BBC Asian Network.
When you think about a career, have you already mapped out what you want to do? Go to college, graduate at uni, then find a job? That was the traditional route. But is that always the most successful option? Now, have you considered doing an apprenticeship instead? So that means earning while you're training on the job. Win-win, I hear you say. Well, last night, the Asian Apprenticeship Awards recognised, celebrated diversity for apprenticeships at a prestigious ceremony at Edgbaston Cricket Ground. And guess who was there? Well, our reporter Raj Kaur Bilku was there.
I am Amandeep Singh Panu and I won the award for Asian Apprentice Award UK 2017 and it was for public services.
And how did that make you feel?
I feel so proud for the achievement that I received today. Obviously, it is down to the support that I've received from my family members and my employment at Wolverhampton City Council and Nova Training as well, my apprentice coordinators.
Generally, when it comes to Asian parents, they want their children to go to university, to graduate and go down a professional route that way. Did your family put you under that sort of pressure?
No, not at all. My mum and dad was very understanding. They was completely happy with whatever I wanted to go for, as long as I was working in a good wage. If I didn't do an apprenticeship, I believe I would have gone into university. I would have got myself into so much debt. I would have progressed in something that I didn't want to do. However, I still believe that obviously I would have achieved that because I like working hard towards whatever my target is, what my goal is.
I'm Safraz Ali, the founder of the Asian Apprenticeship Awards. We started 2 years ago and this is our second year, and hopefully it's gone straight from strength to strength.
Why did you start them?
We're a training provider, apprenticeship training provider, and I've been in the sector for about 15, 16 years. And apprenticeships obviously is something that the government keeps talking about, but there's still a stigma, particularly with the British Asian community, in terms of understanding what the apprenticeship is. A lot of young Asians weren't able to explain that to their parents. In addition to that, the Asians themselves, British Asians, they couldn't really understand some of the benefits to a certain extent, but not to the point that they had sort of role models or case studies that they could understand. And so we started something in terms of celebrating firstly the individuals that had gone through an apprenticeship, celebrating their success to try and promote that to bigger, wider market.
And I've noticed tonight a lot of young ladies are winning. In fact, more young ladies than young men.
Yeah.
Is that surprising?
We've had over 300 applications tonight, and what we found was that the ladies, for us, it's about the journey for them, and a lot of them have had difficult journeys, so their starting point was difficult. So it's not just about this award ceremony isn't just about results in terms of somebody's achieved X amount of results or whatever. It's actually the journey, and what the journey for particularly the females was a lot more sort of difficult. They had a lot more pressure, and it's those stories that are coming out. So it's not just about the qualifications, it's all about the female sort of being empowered, the sort of stereotyping that they had, the problems that they had, where and this is the reason why they're winning.
My name is Nuala O'Hagan and I'm from Total Training Company UK Limited.
Why do apprentices mean so much to you?
They're a great asset to the company. We have young people joining us who are enthusiastic, open to new things, willing to learn. They bring fresh ideas and a great perspective. They've got their own opinions and their thoughts on how to do things.
Now, tonight we're recognising and celebrating Asian talent, Asian apprentices. Is there anything in particular that Asian apprentices bring to your organisation?
A great diversity. Again, it's about having lots of different influences, lots of different ideas and perspectives on things. Our company is quite diverse. We've got people from lots of different backgrounds. Some have gone through hardships, different cultures, and like I say, it's a big melting pot, and we all bring our own experiences, our own knowledge and our own skills, and that helps us when we're dealing with our clients, and as it helps our company grow as well.
Now, a lot of our listeners are quite young, college age or university age. Given the current economic climate, what sort of options do you think they should bear in mind?
I think they should consider everything. University suits some people, but I think apprenticeships, as you say, in the current climate, are an excellent choice for some people as well. You're getting that experience of working life, you're getting qualifications, you're getting training, and you get paid while you're doing it. So it's definitely something that I would recommend for all young people to consider, and don't rule anything out.
Good to hear. That's our reporter Raj Kaur Bilku there, who was speaking to people at the Asian Apprenticeship Awards. And I have some people to speak to. I'll get the big conversation with them done. We have Qasim Chowdhury, as well as Sana Shabir, and also Naila Bibi. Good morning. It's a very important thing to do, isn't it, Qasim? Because, of course, most people think uni is the only option.
Well, it was interesting because we had this conversation at the Asian Media Awards, didn't we? And we were talking about, first of all, you know, how does someone get into, say, for instance, a career in media or a creative industry? Is it worth going to university and doing a degree in a subject where hands-on experience is more important? Or do you go to university, get a degree, and then struggle to get a job because you haven't got experience?
Well, I hope my wife's listening because she's not having any of it. I think she's all about university for our kids, but I hope she...
And that's the biggest problem with the Asian community, Nihal. University is seen as the only option. We're not putting apprenticeships on par as a route to employment on the same level as university, and that's the unfortunate fact at the moment.
It is 5 minutes past 12. Good afternoon. We're talking about apprenticeships. And why are we talking about apprenticeships? Well, I will tell you, because the Apprenticeship Awards took place in Edgbaston last night. I have Qasim Chowdhury here, the co-organiser of last night's awards, as well as Sana Shabir, who was last year's Asian Apprentice of the Year, and this year was one of the judges of the awards, and also Naila Bibi, who was crowned this year's Apprentice of the Year. Naila, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So tell us about your apprenticeship. What is it that you do?
So I work for Aspire Housing. It's a housing association based in Newcastle-under-Lyme and Stoke-on-Trent. I work in the HR team. It's a really good apprenticeship. I really enjoy it. It's really helped me to turn into a confident adult. I'm always meeting new people. I've always dealing with employees inside the business, and my telephone skills have gone really better than since what they were when I first started. The reason I chose an apprenticeship was because I wanted to gain a qualification in business admin and customer services, and I wanted to also earn some money along the way. I did classroom-based learning for 5 years, and I felt like when I left school, I wanted a more hands-on experience, so I can gain much more experience within the HR department. I really do enjoy HR. I carry out all the basic admin tasks throughout HR. But yeah, I do really enjoy doing an apprenticeship.
Can I ask you, Naila, what the conversation was like with your parents when you said, did you say you didn't want to go to university? Is it that clear?
No, my parents were always open-minded. They didn't mind what I did. They didn't mind if I go to uni. They didn't mind if I went to college. They didn't mind if I wanted an apprenticeship. But I didn't want to carry on classroom-based learning and then finish with the same outcome as hundreds of other college students and trying to compete for a job. I wanted the first thing along the way.
Amazing. Sana, was it the same for you? How was the conversation with your parents about wanting to do an apprenticeship? But you're also at uni, is that right?
So I'm a structural engineering technician, so I started my apprenticeship 2 years ago. So the way my conversation about apprenticeships coming back to my parents, they were very supportive in terms of they knew that apprenticeships can deliver very successful careers. My twin sister, who also done an apprenticeship, is very successful in her career, so they knew the many benefits that apprenticeships can bring. Hence why they were so supportive. But I feel like in the Asian community, there's not many people aware of what apprenticeships are and the major amount of benefits they can bring. Hence why these awards like this need to exist in order to showcase how brilliant they are. And it's not, you don't need to go to university to have a successful career. You can do it through the apprenticeship route. And there's many living proof examples of this.
Qasim, Sana's a brilliant advocate for apprenticeships there. But for those people listening and never thought about an apprenticeship, describe what one is. And of course, there are apprenticeships across many different industries.
Yeah, Nihal. Well, we obviously heard from Safraz, the founder of the awards, and the reasons why. And just going on to what an apprenticeship is. An apprenticeship in its basic terms and forms is work-based training. So you have a job, you get paid a wage, and you go on training, and at the end of it you get a qualification. Now you can do a qualification up to a level 4, which is equivalent to a degree, and obviously you've then got the experience of working as well. So not only have you got a qualification equivalent to a degree, but you've also got those 3-4 years experience that you've been on your apprenticeship, which someone who's been at university will not have.
And won't be in the debt.
Exactly.
And you're earning while you're learning.
Yeah, I mean, and have you, Sana and Naila, have you had friends who have not gone the same way as you and have gone to university and said to you that now they regret going to university and wish they'd done what you did?
Yeah, so all my friends went to university, and they've literally gone off to done their bachelor's, done their master's, and they've just come out, and now they're going through that process of looking for jobs. But they look at me and I was like, Sana, you've matured yourself in so many within these years. How have you done that? And it's through that, by working at the age of a very young age, learning how the world of work works, and it professionalizes you in many different ways, both professionally and personally.
I can imagine. So do you think it's changing, Naila? Do you think that attitudes towards apprenticeships are changing?
Yeah, I think they are. I think loads more people are doing apprenticeships now because you can still be successful at the end of it, even if you choose the uni route or not. Like, there's always a guaranteed job at the end of apprenticeship, and you've always got the experience to back you up as well. So I think it is changing. A lot of people are considering apprenticeship.
Sana, are you finding that as well?
Definitely. Look, like the show The Apprentice, Lord Sugar came from nothing, and it's just that sort of motivation that you can get anywhere by putting your mind to that, and you don't need a degree qualification in order to do that.
Okay, well, I think the three of you have done a very successful job in selling the idea of apprenticeships to our listeners. Now it's up to young people and, of course, their parents to get on board and look at this as an opportunity, and that uni is not the only choice. Naila, Sana and Kasim, thank you for joining us today on the BBC Asian Network.
Thank you.
And Naila, congratulations for being at this year's Asian Apprentice of the Year.
The British Asian Apprenticeship Awards, celebrating the talent and diversity among the British Asians within the BME community.